Hi friends, it's Shelby. This is my son Trent, and today we're going to teach you how to make one of the most popular candy bars with a secret ingredient that you're never going to guess. So stay tuned. The secret ingredient you're wondering is candy corn. You can make these delicious candy bars at home and you will be so surprised because they taste just like a Butterfinger candy bar. Like and subscribe and get the full recipe in the description box below. Now, on to the candy.
Okay, so the candy bar that we're going to make today is a Butterfinger, and we're going to show you exactly what we need to make this Butterfinger bar. Okay, so right here we have 1 cup of chocolate chips, but the recipe says to do 2 cups of chocolate chips, but we're using 2 different types of chocolate chips. This is milk chocolate and dark chocolate. And then right here we have about 1 cup of roasted peanuts, and then 1.5 cups of corn flakes, 3 cups of candy corn, and 1 cup of peanut butter. Okay, so we need our food processor to blend these ingredients up. So we have 1.5 cups of corn flakes, and then we have 1 cup of roasted peanuts, okay, so you're gonna blend these up until they're like a sand, and that gives the Butterfinger bar a texture and a crunch. Okay, so after pulsing it or putting it in the food processor for a while, this is what it should look like. Kind of chunky, but not too chunky because that will ruin the Butterfingers and they will be clumpy. And if you blend them too much, it will become like peanut butter, and that ruins just the whole thing.
Okay, now what you need to do is the candy corn that we have, you have to mix that, actually put that in the microwave at 30-second increments. I did mine about 4 or 5 times, but just keep a watch on it. It needs to have a really soft taffy-like consistency like this. And then we're gonna add that peanut butter. So you add all your peanut butter. And then we're gonna add the cornflake peanut mixture. And this is what makes the filling for the Butterfinger. So you're just gonna mix this up until it's really well incorporated. And kids, if you're doing this, please make sure you have an adult with you because that candy gets so hot that it can burn your hands. So we don't want you guys to get burned. So make sure an adult's with you if you're gonna melt the candy corn.
Yes.
Okay, now after I get this mixed, we're gonna stick it into an 8x9 pan. We'll be back in just a second. Okay, so once you've mixed up your mixture, you're going to put it in an 8x9 casserole dish or an 8x9 glass pan, whatever you have. And you want to line it with parchment paper. And you just want to make sure it's pressed really far down, as flat as you can get it along the sides like this. Make sure it just forms perfectly into that square. And then we're going to actually put this in the refrigerator so it firms up, and we're going to let it set up for 30 minutes. And once we do that, we'll take it out and we'll show you the next step.
Okay, so after it's been 30 minutes, you're going to take your Butterfinger bar mixture out of the refrigerator, and you're going to let it sit out for a little while and soften so you can cut it into squares in the later steps. Right now, you're going to take your chocolate chips and put them in the microwave in 30-second increments, but make sure you don't put them in too long because they will burn. And after that, we're going to cut them up into squares, the Butterfinger bar mixture, and we're going to drizzle the chocolate on the top.
Okay, now since our squares have been cut and our chocolate's been melted, we're going to assemble these on a cookie sheet I have lined with parchment paper, and we're going to put in, I'm trying to think how long, probably about,
Give it about 30 minutes.
like maybe less, like maybe 10 to 15, just for the chocolate to harden. You don't actually have to refrigerate it, but I know how much we like them and we want to eat them quick, and we don't want to wait that long because you can do it on the counter, but it's just so much easier if you just put it in the refrigerator for a little bit.
Yeah, because if you do it on the counter, it's not gonna be ready till probably tomorrow morning.
Yes. So let's, I'm going to do one here. And it's just real easy. I have a spoon and a fork, but you don't have to have that. And whatever is easier for you to toss the candy around in the chocolate, you can do. And you don't want to do it too thick of a coating, just enough where it's covered.
So you have enough for all of the bars, because this made a lot of bars.
That's right. So I'm just going to simply just place it on the parchment. You want to try one?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
So this looks like a good one.
And honestly, I think for a homemade Butterfinger bar that these are really good. I mean, they're pretty surprisingly good for candy corn. I know a lot of people don't like candy corn, but once they have one of these, they might change their mind.
Yeah. They might every Halloween go buy candy corn and like, I gotta make these.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So after we've laid out all of these on our pan, you're gonna, like I said, put it in the refrigerator if you want for like 10 to 20 minutes. It just depends. Just keep an eye on it, see if the chocolate's hardened, and then you can enjoy them after that.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so we got our Butterfingers out of the refrigerator and they're looking amazing. Check it out. Check them out.
Looking good, Trent.
Thanks.
Yep, even with the candy corn touch.
Okay, so these take about 15 minutes to chill with the chocolate on, so the chocolate is nice and hard. And making the whole thing takes about an hour total. I'd say about an hour, 45 minutes, somewhere in there. But it's definitely worth it because it makes a good bit, and you can snack on these for a long time.
Yeah, and believe it or not, they pretty much kind of taste like the original Butterfinger candy bar, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, from my kitchen to yours, thank you so much for being with us today. We really appreciate it. We hope that you love these bars as much as we do. And we'll see you next time. Bye.